We're up here at John Graham & Sons in the contemporary art section, and we're going to look at Joe Fyfe, wood, cloth, and color. I'm going to sneak in here behind the desk and take a look at this piece.
Yes.
Now, if you look at this, you can see that Joe is actually using almost translucent, very light fabric on this. Almost like a mesh.
Was that the vertical?
I like his stripe of fluorescent pink there on the edge. I'll go in the first gallery. We'll start out here in the South Gallery. This is I would call this a sculpture. And then Joe has attached his fabric pieces on here. This is called Pack Bang. It's 62 inches tall. Now, Joe has spent a considerable amount of time in Southeast Asia. I think he won some fellowships and went there and set up a studio and studied, and also I think he collected fabric there. This is called Can John. This is cotton. You know, Joe considers himself a painter, and I guess that's because he's dealing with color. But a lot of this, I guess all of it, is basically collage and Joe gluing these fabrics together. It's called Tanka Fragment, 35 by 51. And here again we can see the very light mesh. Called gauze and cotton. Now, one of the interesting things about Joe's work is that although it is kind of formalist abstraction, because he fabricates these and glues them together, you get a chance to see exactly how he composes these, you know, what's laying on the bottom, what's laying over the top. Got a drawing. This is untitled. This is something I've never seen of Joe's work. It's a pigment print of a photograph. Looks like Joe has collected a bunch of books with various colored covers and taken a photo of it. This is titled Boeing Cac 2011. Felt gauze and cotton. And he just about can't use those kinds of red and white stripes and not think about Jasper Johns. Or maybe someone like an Ellsworth Kelly. And that transparency through these gauzes makes me think of ladies in dark nylon stockings. It's called Arel. Cotton and muslin, 68 by 80 inches. This is one of the larger pieces. And you can definitely see that Joe is a geometrical abstractionist. He has got a great sense of material. You know, it's interesting because he's using the weave of the fabric on this particular plain piece of gauze is at a diagonal. You know, and this the salvage on the edge of this piece of fabric is nice. And it's great the way that chunk of orange sort of cuts into that indigo. This is titled Mandala. Found wood, wood paper, and burlap. So this is a wood wheel. And then Joe has added his fabric pieces. That's another digital print. They're full per. Oh, that's nice. We got a little calf with a burlap bag on him. Another one of Joe's constructions for Van Mollivan. This is found wood, metal, and felt. It's kind of nice the way he gets these found rugged forms of the wood and then sticks a nice block of pure color in the middle. It's titled Vendiretti. What a nice contrast, the milled board against a natural log. Oh, is that a square nut? Double half hitch. This is one of the larger pieces in the shell. This is titled Sarthno. Guys in cotton. 80 by 68. I think Joe's got a very nice sense of these blocks of color. These are actually not really stretched, they're almost draped over here. Oh, that's a nice little shot of turquoise there at the corner. And fragile. I'm going to wrap up with this piece. Curated. Found wood and cotton. 99 inches tall. Well, before we slip out of here, we're gonna grab a look at this one too. Oh, I love the circles. So that's Joe Fyfe, wood, cloth, color, and James Graham. Thanks, Kate.